you answer the questions.
Yeah, so I'm asking, when they call you that you have the job, from the time that you did the interview, is it 24 or 48 hours?
Yeah. For me, I got it within 12 hours. I got the call from them.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, Mallika's, whatever has gone through with the job, it makes it so easy. The way it's just first interview, just one round, and no narrative writing. And she got a call in 12 hours.
Oh, wow. That's
Good luck.
something.
Congratulations, Mallika. I just have a
Thank you.
quick question. Wanted to know about your application process. Like, was that the first company you applied to? Did you have multiple companies? Just wanted to know like how long it took before you heard from the company that actually interviewed you.
I applied to like 15, 16 jobs, but I heard from them. This is the first one I heard from them. Immediately, I got the call next day after I applied. So
Okay, thank you.
I set up an appointment with the recruiter. Afterwards, they set up an interview immediately. So.
Oh, sorry, just a follow-up question. Is it usually just a phone call or a phone call and email from the recruiter? Just wanted to know what to keep track of in terms of.
Sometimes they will
emails.
call you, sometimes they email you. But for this, they emailed about the availability of our good time to talk. Then they set up an interview like 10 to 15 minutes call with the recruiter.
Okay, thank you.
So guys, just in the interest of time, Akanksha, I just send you Mallika's email. If you can share it on the chat for everyone, please make a note of it. And if you have any questions regarding, whatever questions you may think of later on after the call, please reach out to her and she will be able to reply back to you with all the questions. If there's anything that she cannot reply, she'll let me know and I'll be able to assist you. So again, as I said, we'll be doing this kind of last 15-20 minutes call pretty much every class. I just want to really take time in being grateful to students who come in and who commit to the course, who commit to this program, which is not a big ask in the magnitude of things that you achieve through this. And I keep saying this again and again, because we are on the other side of what can be done. It's very easy to see you guys do it, but the only thing is you got to believe in yourself and kind of go through the process and kind of do it. I'm sure at some point Mallika thought, okay, this is going to take a lot of time to get it done, but the process is not that I would say not that difficult to do. It's a very strategically simple process, because I believe why it is so is because the amount of effort that you guys have already put into the course just comes out naturally when you go to the interview process. Like what she was saying, if you catch her words, Mallika said, if you can explain your current job, because maybe your resume was manipulated, you had some, added experience or whatever needs to be done to get you a job, we are ready to do it. And I'm very vocal about it. I don't refuse to say something that is not permitted, but that's how the game is being played. So my whole point is, if you can use all the lectures and the modules and all the time that you're putting in the evenings on Tuesdays and Thursdays into answering few simple basic 1 or 2 questions in the interview with practicality, because I can give you 50 slides in 1 hour, and I'll literally give you every content that you can imagine. But if you're not able to communicate it in that question, when they ask you, what do you do in your current job, it's useless. So that is the reason why I keep saying that try to do the live webinars, try to go through the modules, write your notes, do whatever you have to do suiting your learning style, but come up with 1 or 2 sentences for every module. So today, like say, for example, Akanksha has gone through general tab or patient tab. You can go through nitty-gritties of the patient tab, general tab, and all the Argus tabs, but you should be able to run through the tabs. If someone asks you, how do you do data entry? What do you do? So you got to tell them from a practical point of view. So you got to mentally prepare yourself to put the whole module into a good 60-second answer. If someone asks you, what is workflow? You have to run through all the workflow states. Okay, the case comes in, goes from triage to reporting. So again, I don't want to take any of your time in the late evening like this, but you're going to hear from a lot of folks. In the next 12 weeks, we have 24 people coming on the call like this. So the consistent pattern or the common thread among all these folks are not just they were students and they did the course. The questions that you can ask them is, what was one thing they did during the course? I always ask them, I asked Mallika right after the job placement, what was one thing that she did during the course? And she said she diligently watched the videos and did her notes and everything so that she doesn't have to go back and redo it when she comes into marketing. That's a very smart way of doing the course, because you don't want to go back 100 times and listen to my videos 100 times. It's not going to help you. You may have to do it once or twice, and you write your notes, or you somehow come to a point where you're able to conceptualize it, and then you keep moving forward. So that was one thing that she said. So that's the one question you may have to ask most of the candidates. What is one thing that you have done during the course? And the second question and the last question is, what helped you during the interview process? Now, this is a personal question because most people have something they may have to overcome. Maybe not, maybe yes. Because in the last marketing call, one of the students was saying, I have a fear of speaking, or I am not confident when they ask me the first question, but the subsequent questions I'm able to answer. So we were actually addressing that. Those are all very important. It's not just important for an interview process. It's important for your whole career, because you're going to be doing this kind of things again and again, not just for job, but for other things where you have to elevate yourself, or where you have to go through a process of selection. You cannot back down when you have this kind of confidence, kind of challenge. So we were addressing those things, and I'm very glad that student brought it up, because most people don't want to expose their weaknesses. And the only way you can fix your weaknesses is by exposing yourself and asking for help. So these are all done in the marketing calls. We kind of do it now on Mondays at 9 p.m. So those are the two things. If you can ask. No, I mean, you can ask all the other questions, because what Mallika has faced during interview process, how was the process? Did they give a phone call? Did they do an email? All those things are great, but it may not be pertinent to you, because your interview might be completely a different story. You might have 2 rounds of interviews. They might call you, they might email you, they might communicate somehow. So there is no set standard. There is no set pattern of how to interview. They might have a phone call first, and then they might say, okay, the team wants to meet you. So there are different ways of doing it, but the only way that you're going to get through you're going to go through and be successful in the interview process is to be confident about the subject. to be confident in communicating the subject and using a lot of common sense. And as I keep saying, common sense is commonly not found, because we don't use common sense when we talk to people that we do not know. We do it with our family, friends very easily because we are ourselves. But when you talk to someone that is like kind of assessing you, we don't use it sometimes. And some people are very good at it. They use that to a large extent. Some people don't. So this interviews in drug safety, I personally feel, is more based on your common sense. It's not on your, it's really not on your intellectual level or your communication skills or your English, fluency. It's more about your common sense. They ask, let's say, if the recruiter asks you, why are you leaving the job? One word answer, end of the contract. You don't have to tell them a story and then give them what is the name of your pet. You don't have to do that. So you just have to be very specific, and recruiters are asking you those questions because they want to know how soon can you join the job. You can't say I'm going to a vacation for 2 weeks, coming back, and then I'll join this. Yes, they're all great, but you just have to be very street smart. And that's something that you may have to cultivate as you go into this interview process, not just for drug safety, for anything. I mean, I've seen students who are extremely good with the subject and they can communicate it. But when it comes to this, nitty-gritties, they do master in very minor things. I don't want that to happen. I really think if you use a lot of common sense and go through these modules and kind of make some notes on the modules, so you can speak about that module in like 60 seconds and you're done with it. I think that is something that Mallika has, like that I learned from her regarding how she did the course. And every one of you will have your own story, and I cannot wait to hear your story. That is absolutely there. But I want to take this time in thanking Mallika because, with all the things said and done, she's going to start a job and she has to go through this employment verification and all those things. I still wanted her to be the first one, and I did not want to club because if you have 2-3 people who got recently jobs, probably that might not help everyone. So I just want to get every person. So we have Rekha, who is a pharmacist, who's going to be on the next call. We have, I see Subhashni. I don't know why Subhashni is on the call. Subhashni also got the job. She's an MD. Subhashni, are you there?
Yes, Abhishek, I'm here.
Why are you on the call? How many times are you going to listen to Argus? You got the job already. You're not supposed to be on this call. You did not pay me for this call.
I missed the video calls.
No.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. So Subhashni got a job. She's going to be there next week. Taposhi got the job. So again, the point is there are a lot of folks who got jobs by God's grace and their hard work. I'm so happy that all these folks started as how you guys are. And now I can say that they're very good friends, and they kind of getting along with what careers can open up with for pharmacovigilance. So you're going to hear story after story. I don't want this to be a very routine call. I want something of value to be there. And I want you guys to develop that confidence, because I told you this, I cannot change your mindset in 3 months, but I will not be able to do it for yourself. So I want to do this 15-20 minutes every week at least, bringing someone on board so that you can relate to them. You can talk to them. You can tell that, okay, if she can do it or if he can do it, how am I not able to do it? I should also be able to do it. So I want to get everyone on this call to get into that mindset right after you're done with the course, right after you have your last class, last webinar. You should be eager to get into marketing. There is something called law of diminishing intent. If you have a good intention, but you don't take action on it, you will never achieve the result, because you will procrastinate, and that's how we don't achieve what we are supposed to achieve. So I always say this, if you have done the course, if you're done with your course, until and unless there is a life-changing event that is of some priority, get into marketing, get into job placement. Even if it take you 6 weeks, 12 weeks to get a job, that's okay. You are in the process. You don't want all your stars to be aligned and then you get into marketing. I think that is absolute waste of time. But that's my opinion. If you differ, I respect the difference. But that's something that I've seen with students like Mallika. She just finished in August. She went into marketing right away. So you're going to listen to all these things again and again. But I just want to leave you here with this thought that you guys can also do it. Just keep plugging into this live webinars, and I'll see you soon in like 2 weeks. Thank you, Akanksha. Thank you, Mallika.
Thank you, Abhishek and Akanksha, for your
Thank you,
help,
Mallika.
assistance. Thank you.